June 6th meeting of the Martin County Board of Education is called to order. All rise for pledge and meditation.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come to you this evening. First of all, with thankful hearts. We thank you for all your beautiful blessings that you have bestowed upon us. Father God, we ask you to be with us in our meeting tonight as we try to make the best decisions for our students and parents of Martin County Schools. And we also pray for safety for children everywhere. These things we ask in your Son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, need a motion for approval of the agenda. Moved and seconded to approve the agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Agenda is approved. Public comments.
The chair asked me to make the guidelines for public comments. Individuals will be given 3 minutes to make their presentations. Requests to speak for a group will be granted 5 minutes to address the board. Individuals or groups will be called on to speak in the order on the sign-up sheet. If an individual is not present or declines to speak, the next person on the sign-up sheet will be called upon. If the 20-minute period ends during the speaker's presentation, the public comment period will end at the conclusion of the time period allotted to the presenter. Any materials that the individual or group wishes to present to the board should be submitted prior to the meeting so they can be distributed. The board will not respond to comments except to request clarification of points made by the presenter. The superintendent will provide a written response for questions posed to the board within 10 working days of the meeting. The board will not hear public comments relating to personnel issues or student issues that are under investigation by the administration.
Thank you. First speaker, Ibeth Carranza.
Good evening. I'm coming here tonight to talk on behalf of the Hispanic community, the parents of the students in Martin County. We're in need. There isn't enough ESL educators. Any communications to the parents they're only strictly English. And most, if not all, the students' parents are Spanish speaking. Parent-teacher conferences, there's not a translator available for them. The calls that are made from the county and the schools individually are strictly in English. Parents just pick up and hang up because they do not understand. We need to make a difference because if it wasn't 20 years ago when I came to this country, if there wasn't an ESL teacher, I wouldn't be here speaking in front of you all tonight, letting you know the concern of the Hispanic community. They need our help. The English-speaking people that can stand up for them, that can help their children, because their children deserve the same amount of need and help that we all get. So I want the board and the county in general to start looking at resources on how to find ESL teachers for every school, if not one for, the county or one for each district. I mean, I don't know how that works, but something needs to give. Also, the paperwork that's sent home, any, kind of correspondence that the parents need to know, is sent in English. They don't know what they're talking, they don't know what's going on in these children's schools. So, and that's all that I needed to say tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you. Jody Bickerstaff.
Hi there, good evening. I wasn't planning on talking tonight, but I saw where I could sign up, so thank you for this opportunity. I come tonight to talk about the track at Riverside High School. My daughter has benefited greatly from being a runner on the team, for the track team, cross country. And today I just happened to be walking while she was running and getting ready for a race this summer. And I counted 48 significant cracks in the track. That's significant tracks where there's grass growing in between. I have pictures that I just took today because I just happened to take them. And I can show you, I can walk and show you at the end what they look like. But many children trip. In fact, Riley had a bad accident fall where it scraped up her shoulder. She has a scar from that, her hip and her knee. And we think some of the cracks out there probably contributed to that. Also, many shin splints happen out there. So the coaches say, don't run on the track, run on the grass. A lot of time is lost for the runners. Riley always gets her best times at other schools and never at our school. How can we charge people money to come out to our track? And it's not very good. It's not a place where they can sit and watch. There's no stands and things like that. And it's kind of a showcase to our county because a lot of people come there to walk. We used to have Relay for Life there, and other events and things like that. It's not just for track. It's for the soccer team as well. It's for many students in football. They use it as well just to kind of warm up. But a lot of people from the county come and walk there. And we can have other events there. So I think it's been, I don't know how many years, but a lot of years, and nothing has been done to it. So I think that, if we have an auditorium that's countywide, let's have a good track countywide. Would you like to see pictures? I have one picture. I have a couple more than one, but I want you to see this one.
Significant, like I said, 48 significant ones that I counted.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you, Ms. Bickerstaff. All right, need a motion to approve the consent agenda. A motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The consent agenda is approved. Information items, student and employee recognitions. Ms. Wagner and Dr. Fonseca.
Thank you, Mr. Eads. Good evening, board. I believe I'm going to go first. Maybe not by design, but I think I jumped in front of Ms. Wagner. First of all, this evening I have the privilege of recognizing the teacher leadership group. Not everyone is able to join us this evening. So I was told that the following teachers are here joining us. I'm going to ask them to come in, receive their certificate, and then meet Ms. Stoll in the back of the room against the green screen for a picture. Please hold your applause until this particular group has been recognized. Regina Rogers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sarah Delph. Stephanie Hardison. Lori Dozier. Mary Taylor Connor. Courtney Mobley. Do it. Everybody. Jana Hardison. Not able to join, we'll hold our applause for just a second. Not able to join us were Alicia Cardinal, April Stalls, Billy Vanderford, Charlotte Bishop, Chelsea Gray, Courtney Motlin, Justin Edwards, Christy Clark, Kristen Jones, Laurel Jackson, Mary Courtney Green, Melissa Warren, Paige Hart, Patrick Herring, Ms. Ambrose, and Tamisha Bland. So at this time, please help me congratulate our cohort of teacher leaders. The principal, chairman, their principal selected them and nominated them to participate in the Teacher Leaders Forum. They have been participating in conversations that involve anything from school uniforms from about a year ago or more to instructional rounds more recently. So we are very proud of them. So if at this time, thank you again. Very proud of you. If you can meet Sarah back there, she'll take a picture. Thank you. Make sure you smile. Thank you, Mr. Hughes.
Good evening. We have quite a few students and teachers as well to recognize this evening. We're going to start. If I could get Mrs. Laura Fry, the E.J. Hayes art teacher, to come and join me.
Thank you for having me. I'm here to congratulate 4 exceptional students. They competed in the North Carolina Department of Transportation Aviation Contest. The theme was Design Your Perfect Aircraft. And I was asking them, how would it be powered through the sky? Would it be big or small? What features would make someone, passengers or pilots, be excited to fly in it? Every great aviation idea starts in the imagination of a person who sees something new in their mind and creates the future. This is exceptionally exciting for me. I just finished being a BT3, and this contest was statewide. They received 1,322 entries. 165 hometowns competed, 133 schools from 55 counties in North Carolina. And I'm here to congratulate 2 semifinalists and 2 quarterfinalists. I want to say these students bring their A game every time I see them. They're ready to learn. They always also ask if they can help the teacher, which is awesome. They're leaders. So I want to congratulate Lauren McCall, a semifinalist, and Gavin Mobley, a semifinalist. Come on. Hey, can you wait? Boys and girls, I want you to wait and hold your artwork up to the audience. Here you go. And I want to congratulate Emma Edmonds and Addison Brown. They are our quarterfinalists. And these are exceptional.
And if we could get you all to go to the green screen in the back and we'll get a picture, okay? Thank you. At this time, I am going to call on Ms. Colby Riggins. She is going to help me with the math counts certificates and winners.
Hello. Tonight, I'm first going to present the 2022 Elementary Math Counts District Champions from E.J. Hayes. And the students that were on that team were Will Saunders, Peyton Barr, Teddy Swain, Raylan Moore. And the coaches Debbie Daniels and Stephanie Hardison. I would also like to recognize, when you do the math counts competition, there's several teams that compete to give students some experience. So from EJ Hayes, the students that helped in preparation for the math counts competition was Lane Burrows, Emma Edmonds, Laura McCall, Tyler Sherrod, Hayden Thomas, Layla Bond, Nicholas Leary, and Brady Wynn. Congratulations. And thank you. For the national competition, we also do individual winners. So they're the students that won the overall competition. So for third place from EJ Hayes was Nicholas Leary. Second place from Janesville Elementary was Addison Bowen. And then first place from EJ Hayes was Teddy Swain. We also do a middle school math counts competition, and the district champions this year were Riverside Middle. And the students that participated on that team was Rachel Lilly, Aaron Linsongen, Alex Lee, and Madison Overton. And their coach was Sheila Sutton. We also had individual winners and several ties. For third place from Riverside Middle, Dredy Chawla, Chance Killy, and Jillian Powell. Oh. Chance is gonna go up. Okay. Second place from Riverside Middle is Krishant Patel and Rachel Lilly. And first place from Riverside Middle was Aaron Lasonga.
Right, moving from math to reading. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Jason Wynn, and he is going to recognize the Battle of the Books winners.
Good evening, everyone. I had the distinct pleasure and opportunity to serve as moderator for our elementary Battle of the Books, and that was one of the most fun things I have done in the school system, and I hope the students enjoyed that day as much as I did. We would like to first announce the 2022 Elementary Battle of the Books District Champions and Regional Runner-Ups from EJ Hayes: Peyton Barr, Addison Brown, Lane Burrows, Aubrey Boris, Lauren McCall, Nicholas Leary, Will Saunders, and Olivia Smith. We'd also like to bring forward their coaches, Ms. Joanne Wall and Ms. Sheila Toller. Again, these students won the Martin County District Championship and finished as regional runner-up, one place ahead of Women's and one place behind Pitt County. So congratulations. Also had the opportunity to work with the middle school Battle of the Books team and our district, regional, and state champions from Riverside Middle School. We'd like to introduce them at this time. Jillian Powell, Bella Place, Kira Perry, Wyatt Tyson, Jamil Morris. I'd also like to bring up Coach Sheila Robertson. Congratulations on an awesome job. Thank you.
I just wanted to add that our Battle of the Books winners, when they went to regionals, and the elementary students, when they went to regionals, had to participate virtually. And the middle school, when they went to states, also had to participate virtually, which was very different for everybody. And but they did an excellent job. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening. Tonight, the North Carolina Center for Advancement for Teachers, or NCAT, has announced in 2022 that they'll be honoring CTE Teachers of the Year in the awards program. The North Carolina Center for the Advancement of Teaching, CTE Teacher of the Year process was developed to honor and retain excellent CTE teachers and education leaders in North Carolina public schools and the public charter schools. Finalists who qualify will have their travel expenses and substitute costs paid for regional finalists to participate in NCAT professional development in October and leadership development, and they get 1 year of membership in NCA CTE. And the finalists will find out if they're finalists August 10th. So we entered this program, and so we have a nominee from Martin County Schools. Our nominee worked here as a teacher assistant starting in October of 2002 until they were hired as a keyboarding teacher for East End and E.J. Hayes in August of 2013. They started teaching business education at Riverside High School in August 2015, and she has also worked for Martin County Schools for a total of almost 20 years in October. She has a bachelor's degree from East Carolina, which she obtained in 2007. And I'd like for her to come forward to our representative from Martin County for the Teacher of the Year program, Ms. Renetta Griffin. And finally, the Martin County Schools hosted an 8th grade, 10th grade career fair on March 30th of 2022. This was the first district level career fair that we had hosted, and it was also at the Martin County Schools Innovation Campus. Its inaugural target audience was 8th and 10th grade students. Every successful event is led by a team of the willing. This extraordinary group of people met multiple times over the course of several months to make this program a reality and success. Will you please come forward when I call your name? Ms. Cassandra Berg, who is our Director of Family Engagement for Martin County Schools. Mr. Sean Smith with Martin Community College, he was not able to be here this evening. He had a previous obligation. But once again, he's been working with Martin Community College and us to build a strong relationship. Ms. Taylor Day, our NC State College Advisor. She works both high schools. Ms. Sarah Stalls, our Public Information Officer for Martin County Schools. And finally, like every good team, you have to have a quarterback and a leader. And our leader for this committee, for this event, was Ms. Christy Christenberry, our Career Development Coordinator, our Career Management Coordinator, and our Special Populations Coordinator for Career and Technical Education, Ms. Christenberry. And in closing, once again, I would like to thank the team, and I would also like to thank Dr. Fonseca and the Board of Education, along with the Martin County Economic Development, for their support of this event. I feel like it was a great success, and we with plans to make it an annual event. Thank you.
Good evening. As Coach Cagle said back in the winter, we will be back again in May, so we're back again. Tonight, I want to honor Brawley Bickerstaff. She won the outdoor state championship in the 1 mile and 2 miles, so she repeated from indoor. So Brawley Bickerstaff. Congratulations, Brawley. Coach Wooler and Coach Cagle and the parents. You go back and get your picture. Thank you.
Is that the conclusion of recognitions? That was quite a group tonight. Congratulations to everybody, teachers and students that were recognized tonight. We'll have the COVID update next. Mr. Wes Gray and Ms. Julie Thomas.
Good afternoon. I guess it's just me. I do have a report though from Wes. We are still in the yellow, so that's good for Martin County. There are a few counties that have gone to the orange and high level. We're not one of them. So we're currently medium risk on the CDC risk map. Cases have increased statewide over the last 4 weeks, but still very low compared to the first Omicron wave that we had back in January. So cases in our area have stabilized over the last 2 weeks. Officially, this report says we have 8 cases recovering at home and no hospitalizations due to COVID. So that's a good thing in Martin County, but the number could possibly be undercounted because of the home test that many people are taking those and they're not necessarily reporting those to the health department. Vaccination rates remain 52% with at least 1 dose, 49% with the full course of doses, and 23% of the population have received at least 1 booster dose. Martinsville, Washington Health Department continues to operate those 3 testing sites, Scout Hut in Williamston, the church down in Dardens, and then the Old East End School down in Robertsonville. You have, when we put this packet together, the most current, which was the week of May 16th through the 20th. So that week we had 7 students were diagnosed and 7 staff members were diagnosed. And again, in those numbers for that week, we include the at-home test that we know about in that. So, you know, on the webpage, we just use those that are confirmed. So the most recent data that we have for last week, total students and staff diagnosed were 20 across that student, staff, and schools and auxiliary innovation campus everywhere. So 20 students and staff that were diagnosed. So we are still sending some home with symptoms, but those are the numbers that we have. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Okay, Ms. Wagner.
Hello again.
And the board truly hopes that the length of this report is not how long your report is.
Really? No. Well, let me just tear this up. So I will just go over a few things. First of all, I want you to know that this plan is for 2022 through 2025. Every 3 years, the plan must be updated. And a link to the plan was posted on the website on May 4th for parent input. It was also distributed by mail on May 8th to parent leadership members for input. I asked each principal to give me the names of parents and who were leaders in their school. And then we had a meeting on May 18th, and input was also requested at that meeting. The plan must be approved by the Board of Education prior to submission, and the plan must be submitted by July 15th. This is a little bit later than usual, but this is not my usual position, so I'm just covering that. We have not hired anyone at this time. Yes, we are in the process of interviewing. So the state provides the guidelines that each LEA must meet. These guidelines are stated within 6 standards. Each standard has a number of practices, and that must be addressed in the plan. At this time, Martin County Schools has 2,548 students, not including pre-K. We have 160 AIG students, which is a little more than 6% of our student body. We have, of those AIG students, 49% of them are males. Of those males, 72% are Caucasian, 13% Black and African American, 5% Asian, 6% Hispanic, and less than 5% identify as 2 or more or Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander. Of the 51% of AIG students that are female, 64% are Caucasian, 23% Black or African American, less than 5% Asian, less than 10% Hispanic, and less than 5% identify as 2 or more or Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander. So, quite honestly, I have done a summary of each of the standards, but I am more than happy to just move on from that if that is what you would like for me to do.
Go ahead, continue.
Okay. So standard 1 is the screening, referral, and identification. For screening the entire population at every school and every grade level. K3 is not formally identified until the end of 3rd grade, but we do recognize students with high potential through talent development. We use teacher observations, grades, diagnostic information such as MClass and iReady, and also we look at student interests and motivation. At the end of 3rd grade, students are identified formally, having an achievement at or above 90%, an aptitude at or above 90%, grades of A's and B's, observations, a teacher checklist is completed, as well as we look at student motivation and interests. For formal identification, referrals are made to the needs determination team at each school. That includes a school administrator, a school counselor, the AIG coordinator or designee, certified AIG teachers, regular education teachers, and/or anyone the principal feels needed. We also include, for certain students, an EC teacher if students are dual identified, and we also include the EL teacher if we also have students who are identified in that area as well. We also look at students who transfer in. For early entry for kindergarten, we follow the North Carolina state law as well as the Martin County Schools policy. And Standard 1 also covers the intellectually gifted definition. For Standard 2, that covers the AIG programming within the total school community. In Martin County, our classroom teachers are responsible for the differentiation of material and curriculum for our AIG students with the support from the AIG coordinator. For Standard 3, that is differentiated curriculum and instruction. Teachers are required to have a differentiated education plan for every AIG student, and it must be revised every year. We ask that they meet with parents and review it with parents so that they are familiar with what is going on in the classroom to meet their child's needs. Standard 4 is personnel and professional development. This standard basically covers the duties of the AIG coordinator and specialist, and in Martin County, that person is the same person. And also professional development requirements and plans. It's important for us to review each year the characteristics, review of service options, and best practices for all of our AIG students. Standard 5 is partnerships and talks a lot about our partnerships with parents, families, businesses, Martin Community College, ECU, North Carolina School of Science and Math, NC State, Elizabeth City State, and as well as the Student Exchange Program. And then finally, Standard 6 covers program accountability, in which funds are discussed, student achievement and growth, disseminating information via webpage, handbook, newspaper, whatever resource we may use for that, and also the safeguards for the rights of parents. So that's just kind of a brief overview of the quite large document that you were sent previously. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in the beginning of your speech, you were saying that you had a parental meeting.
Yes.
How many parents did you have present?
Well, this was a meeting, it was actually a parent input meeting where we did a focus group for personalized instruction with a group that we are working with, we were partnered with through DPI, called RTI. The DPI program is called Rethink Education. So we covered that information, personalized learning. We covered the AIG plan. We also covered the federal programs information. I'm going to take a guess between staff and parents. We probably had about 50 or so parents and staff members, which I would say for the first time in a long time, we had way more parents than we had staff. So, and I'm sorry, I don't have an exact number.
This was counting from all the.
Yes, it was. Yes, and we actually met in here, and I can say that we filled up quite a bit of the space in this room. So we actually had a really great evening.
Any other questions? Thank you, Ms. Wagner.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I need a motion to go into closed session.
Mr. Chair, I move that the Board of Education enter closed session subject to advice from the attorney pursuant to the North Carolina General Statute 143-31811A1 and A6 to prevent the disclosure of confidential personnel information under the General Statute 115C-319 and to consider matters related to initial employment of the individual. The board will also go into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-31811A3 to consult with the board's attorney in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege to consider confidential student matters as provided in the North Carolina General Statute 143.318.11A1 and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20 U.S.C. 1232G, North Carolina General Statute 115C-402.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor of going into closed session, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Closed session granted. Righty, we are back in open session. Is the sound on now, Doug?
You can turn that, I heard it, so it won't run so that restate. That restate.
Okay, Dr. Fonseca, you want to take the lead?
Thank you, Chairman. I'm just gonna turn it over to you. I'm just gonna say one at a time, presented for your, approval of this personnel.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve personnel as presented in closed session. All in favor, show of hands. Opposed? Passed.
Thank you. Personnel, that's it, refers to May 16th work session, presented for your approval.
Okay, that was the one we had to redo because we were missing a person. So, all in favor of the May 16th personnel change? Yeah, need a motion.
So moved.
All right,
Second.
moved and seconded. All in favor, show of hands. It's 4 opposed, 4-3, passes.
Presented for your approval, closed session minutes, April 25th, 2022, and May 2nd, 2022.
Recommendation from council is to approve all board meeting minutes and have them remain closed as confidential personnel and student information contained therein.
Moved and seconded to approve and to remain closed. All in favor, show of hands. Opposed? Well, that passes. AIG plan,
AIG plan presented for your approval.
So moved.
moved and seconded to approve the AIG plan. All in favor, show of hands. Opposed? Okay, passes.
Thank you, Mr. Heath.
All right, we have one more item, and that's the interim superintendent contract as presented.
Sorry.
Moved and seconded to approve the interim superintendent contract. All in favor, show of hands. All opposed? Passes. All righty. And I have one item. Several of you know that I went to Washington a week or so ago, and I have filled out the form to get some training credit from the North Carolina School Board Association. While I was in Washington, I sat in on a 2-hour lecture by Jim Slaughter on parliamentary procedure and Robert's rules. So with the board's permission, I would like to submit this form to get 2 hours training credit. Moved and seconded. All in favor, show of hands, please. Thank you. All right, has anybody got anything else that they want to? Yes, ma'am.
Can I get some clarity about the committee that Mr. Harold and I on about salary or something, about when it's gonna start? Where we at on that?
Is that your opinion?
Yes.
I just want to make sure. So, my plan was to have our first meeting of the next work session an hour beforehand, but I was going to check with your schedule.
And that's January 28th.
But we were scheduled to have a work session before that.
But we've canceled that one because Karen said she could cover everything, or they've said they could cover everything in that work session.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Harris said yes, so at what, 5 o'clock?
Yeah,
On the
yes, ma'am.
28th?
Yes, ma'am. 5 o'clock on the 28th.
But we can't do the 28th.
No,
So you're gonna send out a notice to remind us. I have a tough time with you. Thank you.
all right, anybody else got anything else? Meeting's adjourned.
When we